I speak of outer space yesterday. We could imagine everything is possible. Now let's see, of course. But so it's interesting because you all saw when he came and when he left just a week after with what he bought the last day. And, who knows? Everything is possible. And it's not the first time it happened to any one of you. But let's take that case. He's not there. I can speak easily. So if you want to ask something, say something about this. Oh, there is nothing to say.
Ganga, was it? Yeah, I wasn't there. Was it his fire when he arrived that then there was some, I don't know, it can't be a progression, but progression of maybe elimination or of something, and how, I don't want to ask you to repeat, but
I can't.
no, but
okay, let's start. You see, he had difficulty to come. He wanted to come, and for some reason he had to delay and this and that. But his urge, for some reason, he wanted to come. And even he wanted to come with his wife. And I said immediately, what a pity. What a pity, you see. And then nothing could happen. Nothing could have happened if she was there. For some blessing, she fell sick, but then he could not come because he had to take care of her. So I saw, it could be that he wants to protect himself, or the fire is so much that there is something in him knows that he will be in danger. So there was some fight there. And finally, when he could, he came by himself because she was not enough well to come. But he came. He had such an urge. He knew. He didn't even exactly knew. It was beyond his even guessing. There was such an urge to come. And he came very open, with something to ask, and he received what he, except the 3 last days. 3 last days I saw, he's closing like an oyster at the moment where finally it could really open. So, as I don't read so well his face, he's not so extroverted. I asked 2 days later, are you well, or tell something? I'm very well. I said, So I knew he protects himself because obviously he was not so well. And because of what he heard here and what was touching him. And from then, I asked him a question to trouble him. I asked to travel sometime. Yeah. And then he could not help to... The urge was stronger than his strength to protect himself. And till the day before, he said to me, I'm so happy to have come, but I was not satisfied with this happiness. And I want to say something before I go. So it was on Friday at your place. So I said, don't wait tomorrow, tell it now, and then maybe something else will there is still one day, something else can still be exposed. But he was quiet, and so I asked him something which troubled him very much. And then he said he got cuckoo and whatnot in his mind. And somehow yesterday he came completely open, telling only then that in fact he was protecting himself before, and the whole thing, which was obvious to me. And saying his habits of years to agree to whatever I was telling him, because he knew also, but he saw that it was just to close the possible it's not very English, let me first say, translating, that he could not face, maybe it looks the same, but if he was not agreeing immediately, he could have faced something which was not the same, and he saw how much he was doing that for years and years and so on. And so suddenly everything was very obvious to him, of his layers of covering himself. And so he was very nice and so relieved that he could laugh as a gentleman cannot laugh, like this. I will tell it to Janet, I tell you. That he was no more a gentleman in Portugal. And like that. So I see here, everything is possible. I hope it's not again. I mean, I don't wait and expect anything, but it's just a good wish. But who knows? So what was the question? It was that the question?
It was that, and
But I forgot what you asked.
yeah,
You too?
yeah.
Okay.
No, it's not important. That the way I asked it is not important.
What you wanted to know?
Yeah, from me, when you said that, when you told the story, I just feel so much longing to be in that situation, to be able to laugh free, not like a gentle lady or whatever, just to, for once, forever, to just, because something, the love of this is total, the love of coming, of being here, of being, there's no question, the love of wanting to become free, but it's like something in me says that somehow this isn't possible for me, and I of course intellectually I know it's my mind saying that, but when you tell, it makes me so joyful to hear, and then something says, but somehow it's not for you, it won't happen to you. I would love to remove this forever, because otherwise we won't proceed further than this point, and it's not possible, it's not possible. But 4 days I missed so much not being here. I couldn't come, but I oh, thank you.
Why do you believe in your feeling that something blocks you? Okay, something blocks you. It's a feeling, no? It's
Yeah.
something you see.
Yeah.
Are you whatever you see or you feel?
I really totally know intellectually that I am not.
But you see, like this, you don't give a possibility that you will take it non-intellectually. Maybe it was so, but why not now? Why you bring intellectually? It will not always be intellectually. If you bring so, then you close the curtain. What to do? No, but I explain.
Yeah.
I explain. It's not because it happened millions of times before that it will happen the same now. Otherwise, you never give a chance, you know. Never. You have not. That's why. Don't look at your past. Just be here and here. You may not take it intellectually. Once you will not take it intellectually. Maybe now. Maybe next. Whatever you utter about yourself, it becomes it. This is the way the existence is perpetuated. I wake up, I have this program today, I go to sleep, I am this character, and this and that. This is the way one feeds the existence of I. No, nothing wrong with that. Anyway, can be said also, but not to confuse what is pointed out in satsang is what's pointed out to reality, not to confuse all the creation for that. And what we want to discover, to realize is that it's prior to the creation. Or it is that which includes the creation, if you don't want to exclude. I prefer that which includes the creation. Tatouage. Okay, doesn't matter. And you see, come through another canal. For example, you say intellectually understand that, but you could drop the whole thing, or the whole thing can disappear through a total other direction that surprises you. It's not necessarily that that will be touched and it is through that everything will be dissolved. Generally, one is taken by surprise. Again, Rokus, he was taken by surprise because he had a very structured way to present, in a beautiful way, his stay and his freedom. But then I came to trouble it, and then he was quite stupid in answering it, and he's not a stupid person. So he has been troubled by another canal and taken by surprise. So we never know. It's maybe not true what you think, that you will be touched. So many things. I just speak of me. I remember in the very beginning I met Master. Very soon I could tell, how to say, giving my head for it or something. I could tell, listen, now I can die. I'm so fulfilled. So fulfilled. And it was in 68. I mean, where I was in 68, I was a child, loving the subject, thinking he was understanding what the Master was pointing out, and yet it was not really so. I could have died because I was completely fulfilled. Happily, he didn't allow me to die at that time. And only with this sentence, today you can see that the mistake, the concept which was there, it has nothing to do with birth and death. What to die? It's not in the life that I will be free. So one can say things with so much passion and fire and so cold not in a bad sense, but so cold sincerity. And yet it's not that. That's why so many come, I want freedom. Yes, maybe, but it's not yet for you. Maybe you say so. Maybe you weep for so, but it's not yet that you want. So stay, go for it, but don't be surprised that it is delayed because so many other things are still there. It's like that, you see. And yet one could cut his head in front of the Master to tell, no, it's only that I want. So, what to say? There's nothing to say, nothing to do. Just burn out. Burn out. To say. Not physically. There is no recipe. That is the thing. Some ingredients are necessary. The fire, the desire for liberation, the fire, and the good pointer. Those three ingredients, that's basic. And the rest, nobody knows. It works, but nobody knows how and when. If one can do something, this is the best to do. It's the only thing to do. You do it. I don't know if I speak too much. Maybe it's not necessary, but it comes to my mind. You know, for example, I saw in me something which was very deeply printed. I was touching the archetype of disciple of the master. It was a desire in me to live that, to fulfill that, because through so many history in the past with Buddha and so on, it's always this beautiful and fulfilling relationship which is confused or united to the attainment in the end with freedom and realization. But finally this was nearly, I would say, more essential than to blow away anything to be realized. I really thought I have to pass through this canal, through this way. I believed, but I never knew I believed that. I saw it when it left me. So much printed. So I want to say that sometimes there are so many beliefs there, so you can't touch them because they are unconscious, but at least what you can do is always to give you the opportunity to blow up now. Whatever is blown up. And then you see afterwards, oh, wow, that was the and this and that. I never knew, for example. You see. And it was so true. I was reminded because I have this photo in my wall with the master on the stairs and me looking at him. Typical, you see. It was so typical. It's beautiful, I love it, but it was really a fulfilled desire. So we never know where lies the blockage. But it doesn't matter. You have not specially to know it. It will be blown if you allow it.
Now I see, I'm seeing clearly, you know, this is, when I told you I'm very happy to be here, it's very important to be on the satsang, I'm so touched with what you say. Now I realize it's again too much. I should stop totally.
But there
Even
also,
to touch this.
there also, not only verbally.
Yeah, no, I'm telling you from that.
Yeah, okay.
Not from that.
Okay. Okay. You have a good scotch for that.
That I know.
I can only rejoice hearing this. Yes. Yes. But you see, it's an infinite fountain of expression, and each time we remove, but it's infinite. So where and when it will stop, it will not be in the same pot, because it's infinite. That's why we speak of realization. Something has to be realized which doesn't touch the pot, because you remove, but it grows, it grows. Oh, it's infinite. I am understood? Yeah. So, so yes. I mean, it's not enough to see that. It is very important. It is essential. At the same time, it's not enough. You have to realize so that it's really done we saw that there is a doer in it. We see.
I would like to come back to this openness and to this allowing that the thing can leave you or that the thing can be touched. For example, now I don't at all feel open.
Yeah, I
Feel
know,
blocked
that's
and open.
why.
Yeah. But then it's a feeling not to feel open,
Yeah,
as you said. So that from there I don't know how to
Yeah.
to allow whatever.
Yeah. Just come, it will pass, maybe tomorrow.
This is what I said. It's always been my experience that things leave. However dramatic they look like, but they leave.
But you are lucky because you come back still, you see. Otherwise you could be washed away. But if you come back, it can happen. We pass through so many feelings. Come. Yes. But don't you see there is a resistance? Why there is a resistance? What is it? Maybe you know it, maybe not.
No, there was, I don't know if it's still there was a kind of fight, somehow two sides. And
The
either
world or not, is that? The world or the
something like this. Either I gave food to existence through this struggling, or it was really also other wantings, like comfortable, easy life, or how to combine it with wanting freedom, with wanting also to be here, which I still find it very important to be here. I mean, I actually want to be here, but
But maybe you have two lovers. Still, it's possible. Then it's difficult to fulfill at the same time. Means, or you keep the two lovers for a while. Keep the two lovers, fulfill them one by one. No, go to Germany, earn good money, then come here, earn good satsang, then go back. Like that, two lovers. Or then you will see you cannot know before. Or just sacrifice one lover. But I don't know if it is possible.
I would like to earn good money here instead.
Yeah, but that's not possible. It's like keeping two lovers in the same house. It never worked. I had a friend, it's amazing. For 10 years he had 3 lovers, but in 3 houses. But he managed for 10 years. But 3 houses. This is too costly for you. Yeah, what to do? It's simple, huh? The problem is simple. But I don't find it's too bad to go and come, unless
I mean, you
some
told me,
other
but I'm
difficulties.
still.
Okay, but I tell you, if you try to solve this, what you said at the same time, I don't see the solution. I don't think it works. And Nepali here, it's unless here by chance you can have a good job, which can happen also, of course. But let's say up to now, it's not easy. Huh? Or what? Maybe somebody can give a solution. But you know, this Rockers, it was a good example. It never was long in Lapino, it was never long here. No, but I like to see you here. It's not that I want to you, and it's not at all that way. It's just to give an example. And what? He didn't miss much, not to be here. He didn't miss much. Because when he came, he was fully present. He is to Sangha. What to do? But some people have the same problem and they solve it or not.
But they are in a different skin somehow.
Skin. Different skin.
Yeah.
They are from East Germany. Problem is not what you present.
But I don't know better. I don't know better.
Really? Too painful.
Please?
Too painful maybe to think. Maybe the problem is not what you expose. No. Just see that. And then maybe there is a solution. I don't even, let's try many things. Okay? So I was trying to see if there is some difference between what is pointed out here and what you very well saw with the martial art and the advent of the martial art. And I felt there is one difference. It's that there is a cause. It's conditioned by practice, which becomes a no practice because it becomes natural to arrive in your mind. But it is conditioned. It has been conditioned. You arrive there because of some practice. And that's why it has to be maintained in a more and more subtle way, but it has to be maintained, otherwise it slips because of the numerous activities of the life and presentations and so on. So now, here what is pointed, now I refer to what is that the realization cannot be conditioned. Because if it is conditioned, it will leave you. And then again, you search, again you way back. So, realization is different than a state of knowing. A state of, than a state. And this is very precious because if you don't need a cause, then once you realize it's radical. You cannot start to search again because there was no cause, you cannot have an end of it. And I think what is referred with no mind in the samadhi, the gesture, it is more other side of the point in the creation. You see, everybody knows this. And now through extreme fire practice and seriousness, you can suddenly know that one. And realization is pointing to prior the knowledge of these two states. So here I find a difference in the pointing out. It's not only no mind, it's like something, but I'm a bit reluctant with the words, but beyond or prior, it's not a question of mind and no mind. That's yeah. But it's very important to think about this. It's very important. It's not to agree or not, it's just nice to know what's they say the same thing. It's amazing. But you see, when you are in no mind, some people have some kind of samadhi or enlightenment. They will speak the same. No. From no mind, you have those words.
Manger de la pomme.
C'est une révélation to describe. But I find it in satsang, it is to tell something. The words are very difficult. It's prior. It's like before you touch the attainment of no mind and mind. Yes. And that's why, for example, this man, when he came, he was very known as a yoga teacher, and he knows samadhi and all those things. And it must have been a struggle in the beginning to even understand or to accept that samadhi is not that. Is or that you don't need a practice. Of course, the practice here is extremely difficult in the way that you cannot feel the mind at all. In that way, it's a practice.
Something about the last days you were using the phrase conditioned.
Yeah.
And you just used it with Jean. Just don't completely understand what you mean by it. Like if we were to use the example of progress, if he were, because he remembered on Saturday, he remembered that you asked him a direct question.
Yeah.
Is that memory make it conditioned? Or need more practice?
You see, it's the same remark that satsang could be also a condition, because we can say also because of a word or of a silence or something, it's also a condition. But it is so true that that person can get an enlightenment and lose it. Yes. But if you don't mistake the happening for it, there is no condition. Because the words here, it doesn't bring you somewhere. If you follow the direction, I say, not the word, the direction of the word, it brings you from where it started. So there is no condition here. You never left the right place. Or no place. Never. It's just an hallucination to think so. So it looks you need this pointing, which is fake in itself. No, there is, you never left a place or no place. But because we are so identified, we need a pointer. But that pointer has the particularity that it starts from where it ends. No. It starts. No. From where it ends. What a funny sentence. Where it leaves you, it's from where it starts.
Sky, like that it will be. Like that it will be.
No, if you follow the direction, you will realize I never went anywhere. In that way.
And then
No, if you stop on the way to the direction, then you will say there is an event, there is this experience, but then you missed the direction, you took the word for it. Like you see, the description of Newman is a very good example. If you take doucement, the verb Newman, it's a direction, it's a description, and then it becomes a state. Actually, when I say no mind, go to the direction. What does it mean? See where you are left. See where you are left.
Mind.
When
I put on that no mind a thought of no mind, it's becoming an object.
You see, Sky?
And if I don't drop this, it's nothing there. Is that
In that sense, that's why the same words can be used, but one sits on no mind and the other doesn't sit on no mind.
Not funny.
That's all, because we are through this expression. There is no many ways. Allez, don't fight. Or if you... Qu'est-ce que tu lui fais, ce pauvre Sky? Qu'est-ce que tu lui fais?
Destroy it?
But it's the same, you see. Sometimes in satsang we mention the disappearance of I. So.
More funny.
Another experience, but it's to express no mind.
We'll see.
If the one confuses the disappearance of I for realization, he is in the state, he will lose it. And then he again will come to satsang to find back his real experience. It's not real in it. To say. But the words, what can you say? It's true that there can be a moment of disappearance of the I, so it is true to say so. But if the one doesn't confuse his doubt, Arun, c'est dangereux le petit vent, hein? Ça va?
Tell you, I realize when I try to tell you, I'm very happy to be in the satsang, I'm very touched and everything. I realize that accidentally, so I discover that.
Yes.
But when I start to express that, I realize this, I make a form to that, I give a form to that. And it's too much.
But you see, whatever you will express, it will be like this. So you can still express it.
Yes, yeah.
But don't mistake what you say for it.
Yeah, yes,
Naina?
yes, it's clear, yes.
Ça va?
But it's nice also to express.
Yes.
Such a joy to
J'ai
express.
poussé sur tous les
Okay, but
Non, j'ai dit carotte.
dis-lui si tu veux.
Arun, mets-le plus haut.
Yeah,
Mets-le sur le comptoir.
that's what all this satsang lately, it's all about that. Not to confuse any experience, let it be normal, let it be the disappearance of I for it. That's why it is said, no, beyond or prior to this and that. Prior to relativity and absolute. It means that. But it's also a way to speak. Because if you take the word prior for it, then
Yes, it's becoming.
oh yeah, I'm prior. I'm in the right place. No, again, it's missed.
Because you often say, then speak from here.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? Just what Una addressed, one speaks, but there is no involvement with what is actually spoken. Is that what it means to speak from here when you say that?
Sure. You know, somebody would say, I am nobody. I would say, oh, what a smell. Somebody would say, I'm nobody. It would be very nice. It depends on when one starts. It's like that. Then in Lucknow, oh, many people said there is nobody here. I am nobody anymore. Oh my God, today you should see somebody struggling with this and that. And we are sick of this mistake. That's why I really tell you, it's not this, it's not that. Sick. Very sick.
Qu'est-ce que tu crois? On va l'enlever?
Ouais, parce que tout le monde se colle ici quand tu vas
Ouais,
ici.
c'est vrai que c'est dangereux.
Some parents, imagine, he was fighting with the daughter, and the daughter replied some argument, said, speak, nobody is here. It's really advaita taken really in the very superficial layers. But it happens so many times. I'm no more Ganga, there is nobody here. She or he or it speaks. Many gurus, famous. Sick of it. Sick of this mistake. What do they think? No, but it is. Today we laugh. But imagine, a few years back, it was taken very seriously. Wow! Wow! He cannot even say I, this man. Wow! It's just a joke.
Now we have no table here. What can you remove this?
My God.
Huh? Laila, remove this also. No. Rock. Okay. Not here. Okay, guys.
All those titles. My master and I is one. Oh, the big thing. It's an experience everyone has got at some point. It doesn't mean the realization. And all that. It was taken like, wow, what a title. Wow, it's impressive. It should be realized to write this. And imagine today we have to, it's a big joke. Big joke to mislead many, thousands of people. Let them be there. If they like that, let them like fish, rotten fish. I like fresh. Oh, too much.
It's so physical.
Non, ça c'est bien.
I wanted to. No. Okay.
And you have to swallow that.
Sky, look!
So
Look, you
very
said no!
freed from all this very impressive experience.
Otherwise,
That's a big relief.